What happens when you stop fighting an attacker's strength and let physics handle the overwhelming force for you? Our biological instinct assumes survival in a physical conflict requires raw muscle. We rely on the assumption that mass and tension are the only variables that matter. But the laws of physics dictate a different reality. Under the right structural conditions, relying on brute force actually puts an attacker at a severe mechanical disadvantage. This is the premise of Wing Chun. The system popularized by Bruce Lee relies on a practical, applied science of human biomechanics. To understand this logic, we have to look past the fighting style. Instead, we can analyze the human body as a machine built on geometry, structural physics, and neuroscience. The mechanical logic begins with the axis of the median plane. In Wing Chun, this is known as the center line, an imaginary boundary dividing the body into left and right halves. This follows a basic geometric axiom. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Because our most vulnerable targets, the throat, eyes, and solar plexus, sit right on this middle axis, a practitioner will simultaneously block and attack strictly along this route. You are dominating the most efficient space available. This technical illustration shows how the center line is visually defined as the foundation of the discipline. By occupying the center, you force an attacker to take a longer, wider route around your defenses. It creates a speed advantage based on distance rather than reaction time. But if a heavier force is barreling straight down your center line, how do you stop it? You don't. You split it. The physical solution is the root stance, Yi Gi Kim Young Ma. The practitioner drops into a lowered center of gravity with the knees inverted and elbows tucked tight to protect the ribs. This positioning creates multiple forward-facing and upward-facing geometric triangles throughout the body's structure. In physics, this functions as a wedge. When incoming force strikes this structure at an angle, it deflects rather than being absorbed. It splits around the defender's sides. This efficiency requires the opposite of brute tension. Biomechanical studies show that relaxed muscles, moving at a steady speed, actually sustain greater pressure than muscles that are rigidly tensed up. This data plots the kinetic timing of knee and elbow extensions during a strike. By measuring the continuous relative phase between joints, we can see exactly how relaxed movement generates maximum velocity. Combining straight-line geometry with relaxed triangle physics turns the human body into a highly efficient force-splitting machine. The opponent's mass becomes mechanically irrelevant. In close quarters, visual processing is biologically too slow. By the time your eyes see a punch and tell your brain to react, the strike has already landed. To bypass this delay, the system relies on proprioception, the nervous system's internal map of where your limbs are in space. Practitioners train this sense through Chi Sao, or sticking hands. They maintain constant contact to bypass visual lag and read their opponent through tactile sensitivity. When contact is made, the somatosensory cortex lights up. This allows the defender to feel weight shifts and structural weaknesses long before the eyes could detect them. This leads to a neurological adaptation called tool embodiment, where the brain expands its internal map to include objects and people outside the boundaries of your skin. Through constant physical contact, your brain integrates the opponent's limbs into your own proprioceptive map. You sense their movement as if it were your own. This neuroadaptation allows the practitioner to anticipate and act based on touch, acting long before the eye can send a warning signal to the brain. These parts assemble into a cohesive defensive machine. The center line dictates the optimal path, the wedge provides the physical structure, and proprioception runs the predictive software. When these three sciences work together, an attacker's own energy becomes their undoing. Their momentum is redirected, and they are thrown off balance. Science proves that overcoming a dominant force is rarely about matching it muscle for muscle. It is about outsmarting that force at a foundational level. Whether facing a physical threat or a heavy obstacle in your daily life, consider how you can use angles and redirection. Do not meet the conflict head-on. Find the path that requires the least amount of resistance. If you want to explore more hidden mechanics behind the world's most effective systems, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.